Warning: this video contains spoilers for Your Turn to Die Chapter 1 to 3. You've been warned. Now on with the video. Ever since May 2019, a new ship hit the Your Turn to Die fandom. This was Soushin, a ship between Sou Hayori, the guy Alice Yabusume murdered, and the Sou we knew, Shin Tsukimi. It started off innocently enough and had a pretty good fanbase. But on February 25th, 2020, the shippers slowly died down because of one singular thing. This relationship wasn't as it seemed from the start. No matter which path you chose to start the third chapter, Part 1A with, you quickly realized that Sou Hayori's and Shin relationship was wonky. For a quick explanation, our new floor master is a doll replica of Sou Hayori, the Sou that got murdered by Alice. We'll call him Midori since it's easier to distinguish. There are many reasons why we felt something was off, and some of them were obvious, just normal things that were red flags for literally anyone in a relationship. But it just made Nankidai receive a lot of backlash concerning the topic of toxic relationships and friendships. However, there isn't much that can happen. You can't just scrap the idea since it's been built up since Chapter 2, and even though it's only received negative reviews, I think it's genius on his part, and I'll elaborate now. Soushin is definitely a toxic relationship for many reasons. Just by starting off Chapter 3 with Kana, when we meet Midori, he says he's truly sorry Shin died, because since Shin was going to die anyway, he wanted to kill him with his bare hands. Now, that's not normal, the least to say. It's like a huge red flag in a relationship, and a lot of people who play the Kana route first freaked out about it. Now we're going to use the Sou route since it's about him, and it's better in my opinion, for A, the story, and B, this video. So I'll quickly fill in the backstory we know, specifically around the end of Part 1A. In the end, we find Midori's secret room. In it, we find a monitor with a Shin AI. It's naive and has no idea what's going on. It doesn't even know about the death game. But we learn a lot. Sou and Shin met in high school, and according to the AI, Sou was a scary friend. Whenever Shin looked into Sou's eyes, he'd get anxious to the point of sweating, which he said made Sou amused. They hung out together a lot, even at Sou's house. Then one day, he died. It's also said that Sou never even went to Shin's high school, which is really bizarre. A, because that's weird, and B, because the Shin AI didn't really seem pretty nonchalant about it. My friend's dead, and he was actually some random guy who'd even go to my high school. Now, this is really intriguing, but what happens next enforces the relationship. Midori enters the room, and that's why everyone's talking to his property, and tells the Shin AI to turn off, which he does extremely quickly. Just from this information, we can tell Midori is possessive over Sou, just by calling the AI his property, which isn't fair since they're practically humans with emotions and memories. Via the doll Reiko incident and the dummies that are partners in this chapter. And having this AI in his private room as a secret is a little off. The backstory is intriguing, but has some holes that can be filled with information we've learned before, all the way from the final attraction in Chapter 2, Part 1. During the final attraction, we need to prove there's a doll Reiko, and using our info we remember the AI setup and learn something about Midori's murder. Remember that Rearranger explained to us AI memories are updated every 6 months and personality 3 years. According to our other information, Alice's trial for Midori's murder was only 2.5 years before, painting our general timeline. Sou was in his early 20s. 2.5 to 3 years ago, Sou had been straight out of high school, making him refer to it in the past with his AI, and Midori's murder just getting set up around the time. Now the true question is, what happened these 3 years that changed Sou's personality? What happened that caused the murder to happen? Just as time span of 2 to 3 years, in which Sarah would have been in middle school, makes us curious and more invested. Perhaps the reason why all of us, our specific cast, was picked for this killing game might have happened during that time period. We wouldn't know till the end of the game, you know? The other thing is that Nankidai crafted this relationship really beautifully. He wasn't disrespectful or insensitive to people who went through this, and he didn't cause the relationship to be toxic just for the sake of making us uncomfortable or for diversity. It's clear looking back that Sou was always comfortable about Midori, which shows how Nankidai was invested in this idea. We all ignored these minute details and found everything else to build a ship. Some of our evidence at the time was just in the second main game, in which Sou confessed his name was Shin and he changed it to Sou Hayori, the name of the guy we knew got killed by Alice. One would assume, if you automatically think of someone, you must have a deep bond with them. And matching clothes, scarves in this case, is known as a sign of flattery. This ship was destined to sail, even if for little. Now, These are valid ideas, but it brings up other questions for me. In Midori's official Nankidai sketch, he doesn't have a scarf, but AI Shin doesn't either. Midori does have in his official killing game file, which we see on Kai's laptop, and So has in his first trial. We're going to assume that So stole the scarf from Midori, since Midori had the scarf before the AI got updated in the killing game file. This brings a problem. Why does So have the scarf now? The only answer I have in my brain is that he hasn't let the relationship die out just yet. You can tell he has bad memories, but he won't let it go. When he saw the Midori file, he quickly left looking sick, saying he needed to go to the bathroom. He was constantly upset whenever remembering him or talking to him. However, there are many times we see his attachment to Midori and experience with him, which is concerning. When Midori explains the rules for the manhunt, So freaks out when he learns we have to kill Midori. During the investigation period, he stares at the painting of him for the whole time. And when we find the blue book that was named Shin AI Test Data, he seems genuinely hurt that Midori only became friends with him for research, even all the wrongs he's done. Although around the end of the attack, he reveals Midori's plan using the experience he's gained from him. It's concerning since So seems to still have a bond, even if it's broken, with Midori. It'd be interesting to explore how So will grow through this later, because toxicity has that effect on victims. Believe that their relationship wasn't as bad as they remember. Seeing So grow through this will be really intriguing. And this ship has just even both So and Midori's character. Midori's not just the evil floor master, he's actually done things that are pretty sketchy and dislikable. Now, with all we have, I do believe something else. This is just theory, but I believe floor master for. Also, maybe an even more awful personality could possibly snap So out of this loop. I only have weak evidence for this. However, it's still odd that Midori specifically researched into So. Your bond must have been close, so what would you be doing in the Keiji incident? Megumi said there were no witnesses, so that means Midori must have been directly part of the police force. To be able to tamper with Keiji, and it'd be hard to be a cop and a high schooler. Shin might find out, and that could permanently end the relationship, stopping the research. One might say it's an evil Mishima event again. An AI's memory and allegiance edited for Asanari's benefits. Perhaps they just took the memories of the other cop of the incident and put it into Midori's memories. Perhaps the AI added new details to make him more hateable, so more people will try killing him, causing discord in the group. I think So realized things might be off when meeting the doll, but all his grievances and discovery led him to want to get rid of Midori in the end, even if it was a different person. This ship is definitely an interesting one, with the foreshadowing and tiny details all put together. Nankidai did a good job illustrating the psychological trauma of a toxic relationship, and this is a really smart decision he made. He made people invested just by wondering what happened the 2-year gap that made Shin turn from docile to cold. How So would grow out of his bond with Midori. Finally, what things could be faked in Midori's personality and memories. The small relationship opens many doors that keep players invested and gives Nankidai the upper hand. That's why I believe it was one of his smartest decisions. Of course there'll still be haters in the ship. It's only natural. No one wants to see a bad relationship unfold, or toxicity in, your game, even if your turn to die, which is really emotional and sad and has real-life problems. It's definitely going to be a problem, and there's still going to be haters of people who Soushin, and, that's a problem that we'll have to face once the fandom gets bigger and stuff like that. Nankidai's solution to this is just a mystery. We don't know what he's gonna do. But I hope that this will make you be a little more accepting of Soushin. It's a necessity for the story, something to help it grow. And you've got to at least admit that it is really interesting to see, even if it's uncomfortable. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you have a bigger view of Soushin. And all these reasons can give you things, theories to think about. Anyways, goodbye everyone. And thanks for checking out this video from a nobody. It's nice just sharing my ideas. And I hope it just spawns more things for you guys to think about while we're waiting for 1B to come out. Anyways, bye.